Imagine there is no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Oh, oh, oh. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Oh, oh, oh. You may say I'm a dreamer. I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
This was imagined by John Lennon, performed by Nitin Dawar, who is a senior faculty from the Art of Living, who is also a singer and artist. Nitin, very warm welcome to the studios of NBC.
Thank you so much, Roshan.
I can see that you sing, you're an artist, but you also hold a lot of conferences and talks on, I would say, how to live a better life. You seem very young to me. How did this come to you at an even younger age?
I think it is just the way you look at things, right? Everyone wants to be happy. So my search for it, I can say, started when I was very young, maybe when I was in my school. Because studies, when I got into job, these things they gave me like some sort of happiness for a shorter time. So I was looking for something which can give me a permanent happiness for a longer time. This is how it started.
I've read that you've studied at the
Yes.
University of New Delhi. You've studied a Bachelor in Commerce.
Yeah.
You've also worked for American Express.
Yes, I have.
How do you explain this shift from this corporate world to, would I say, the other side of the coin?
Yeah. So I'll say it's very simple, while all of us, whatever we do in life, whether it's working or business or what you're doing, we somehow look for some sort of happiness and peace. Maybe I could feel that what I'm doing is giving me some peace and happiness, but I want something much more than that, something bigger than that. And when I started being part of the programs, the happiness program and other things, I could see when I do something for others, that makes me more happy. That is how a shift came. Now, enough done for myself, let me do something, let me contribute something for the society.
So this was the trigger.
Yep.
It happened at a very young age.
Yes.
Was there some kind of guru who showed you the path, or is it from self? You were assessing yourself and you came to terms what was making you happy, what you wanted to do. Please tell us a little bit more.
I'll say the sense of inquiry was right from the childhood. But the way we have grown up in India especially, and maybe other parts of the world also, I was never for any guru in life. I didn't feel I need any guru in life. So I was not looking for a guru. But yes, when it happened, then I could feel that, oh yes, it makes sense to me now. It completes me now. Whatever sense of inquiry I have, maybe I have a limit to it, but when I meet the guru, which I call it as a guide to me in my life, I'm able to perform well in that. I'm able to relate to it. Okay, this is my path.
So in a way, it's true that every meeting or every relationship or every person that comes, who crosses your path in life, is probably a teacher.
Absolutely.
There's a lesson to learn from each and every one.
Absolutely, completely agree.
I find it very interesting that you do not have any guru like most people do have. So would you say that you went to the school of life and you're still studying?
Yeah, you can say that, yeah.
How old were you when all this started for you?
I was, you can say, I was formally introduced to spirituality through one of the happiness programs. It was when I was 27. And this sense of inquiry, it started much before that, when I was a small child. So maybe I have a lot of questions in my mind. Okay, why it is happening? Why I'm feeling sad? Why are people crying when somebody's died? If you want, maybe if you want to be a musician, so you will have some inclination towards it. Maybe you might not watch the sports channel. You might like to watch somebody singing. This is how that spirit of inquiry starts. Same for the spirituality as well, for the life as well. I want to know what life is all about. Am I just the body, or if there's something else beyond that? If I thought about something to happen, it happened. How come? What is the explanation to that? What is being happy is? Why people are sad? In the same situations, why two people have different emotions?
Did you just say that you would think of something, it would happen?
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Sometimes it happens. No, you think about one of your friends. Oh, I have not spoken to him from a long time. You get a call.
Yes.
This is like, but why it happens? Is this just a coincidence, or there's something else about it?
Do you think it's a coincidence?
I'll say it can be, but there can be something more to it as well. It is called intuition.
It's like a sixth sense?
You can say it's like a sixth sense, it's intuition. I'll say what intuition is: being at the right place with the right person, or having a right thought at the right time. It's simple.
So would you say that you're very intuitive?
I can say.
Can you relate any experiences that you've encountered through your intuition?
Since it's an encounter, I'll say that I've encountered many of the. In fact, it's very common now. You think about something to happen, it happens.
There's a saying which goes, if you truly, genuinely wish for something, the world conspires for it to happen.
Precisely. That is very true.
Is that in line with what you mean
Exactly.
to say?
When you are pure from inside, I mean, if you will tell me to, can you make that thing happen? That won't happen. It is like, a very, very innocent wish coming from inside, which is not full of any distortion. It is a very innocent, very simple wish coming from inside. This is how intuition works.
Is intuition a sort of energy?
See, I can give a lot
like
of
a
terms
manifestation of what you want to happen.
I'm
just very curious because
yeah.
I'm not used to these terms, and I'm sure our viewers will agree that a lot of people use the word intuition very vaguely. But if it's possible, just to really put a finger on it.
I'll tell you, intuition is being, in simple terms, being aligned with the nature. When I'm in line with the nature, then nature works for me. It works with me, right? So as I said, the right thought at the right moment. This is what nature can also give it to us. If I'm so aligned, I'm so pure, I'm settled, my mind is settled, then I'm able to see or feel something which is beyond mind as well.
What do you mean by align with nature? Are you aligned with nature?
I'm trying to be. I'm putting an effort every day.
How do you do this?
When you sit with the eyes closed for some time, call it meditation as well. This is how we are able to align with the nature.
So is it paying attention to the small details around you also?
Yeah. That also is a part of it. It is just simply closing your eyes and just being with yourself.
What do you do when you close your eyes?
I just close my eyes and
what do you think? What do you think?
So this is one of the most important things. Normally we think that we should hold our thoughts. Let not the negative thoughts come to me. But this is not the way. If you try to hold the thought, the more it will come to you. Because there's a different law which works on the mind. On the body, effort is the key. If I have to move from here to there, I need to put the effort.
Physical effort.
Physical effort. But on the mind, effortlessness is the key. So if you hold the negative thoughts, the more you hold, the more they will come back to you. You just simply relax. Just let the thoughts come. They will come. They will go. Just be an observer to the thoughts. Then gradually you will shift and move to that space of silence and peace.
Is it what they say about emptying your mind?
There are a lot of terms to it. There are a lot of terms to it. So I would not like to specify which term, because it is like giving a concept to you. When you're sitting and you're saying, oh, is it that, or is it that, is it that? Just sit with your eyes closed. That what matters.
But initially, a lot of thoughts will come jizzing through your mind. It's very hard.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
But this is the way it is. If you want to ride a bicycle, you need some time. You just cannot simply sit on it and ride it, right?
Some people can do it.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way the world is. So it is like that. So it depends upon you. Where are you? Where do you stand?
From what you're saying, so I can sense that you meditate since quite some time.
Yeah.
Years?
Yeah, years.
Can you share what's been the difference in your life since you meditate?
A lot. I'll say
a few highlights.
One of the things I'll say that before doing getting into the meditation, there are a lot of things like I was not confident. If I have to speak to somebody one-to-one, forget about the interview, I would my hands will shake. I'll feel something hot in my body, or some getting cold or shivering, these kind of things. A lot of other things. I'll get stressed. I will get angry sometimes. But after practicing all these things, now I feel confident. I have sung in front of as many as 3 lakh people as well, and being interviewed by many of the channels. And I interact with almost 500 to 1,000 people every day.
You're saying what change it has brought to you. Mm-hmm. But in terms of how was your life before and how it is now, why would other people also want to do it?
True. So I'll say, I was working in a corporate. So what was happening, I had a lot of stress with my colleagues, with my boss. Somebody said something to me, now I will keep it in me for many days, many months, and grow up on it, the way the stress works on us. I'll go from office to my home, there I will find some reasons to be stressed, so that there was no, like flushing out of this stress. And that was eating away my personality, the way I behave with people, not being at peace, appearing but not being at peace, right? And if you don't address to stress for a longer period of time, it will turn to some diseases as well. It's a very interesting fact that most of the diseases, around 90 to 95% of diseases, are psychosomatic, which means it has to do with your mind. So that means if a disease is happening, it has somewhere trigger in the mind. It is just a reflection on the body, but something happened wrong in the mind which made the body fell ill for it. So I could feel that after going through the meditation and all, I could get rid away of the mental stress, the physical stress. I was more happy, I was more energetic, more enthusiastic, more creative, more confident, more thoughtful, sharper.
A big portion of your talks focus on stress management. Mm-hmm. Why do you focus so much on stress management?
I focus because I told you, nowadays everybody is stressed. Stress is like a god, omnipresent. Everywhere, everyone is stressed out in some form or another. That is why it is very important for me, if I know the techniques, to let people get rid of the stress. And stress is what? It is our everyday response to situations, our concepts about people, concepts about the life or how things work. That also brings a lot of stress.
What are the main teachings of your stress management conferences and talks?
So the core, if you say the talks, is how can you get your mind focused? How can you relax your mind? So that we teach through some of the breathing techniques.
Can you teach me this?
I can teach you right away.
Yeah, that would
Before
be great.
that, let me also tell you, why do we teach breathing? Why breathing is important? Because breathing has a direct relation to your mind. Suppose if you're angry, your breath goes very fast, right?
Of course.
Now you don't choose to breathe this way, it happens at its own, right? So the reverse phenomenon is also true. So if you can work upon your breath, then you can work upon your mind.
So when you're angry, you're restless, so you try to breathe slower consciously?
Yes, consciously as well, and there's some breathing techniques as well. So if you practice every day around 10 to 15, 20 minutes, it can make a lot of difference to your life.
How many breathing techniques are there?
We have many, but the core of our programs is a very simple and powerful breathing technique which is called Sudarshan Kriya.
Sudarshan Kriya?
Sudarshan Kriya. So Su means proper, Darshan means vision, and Kriya is a purifying action.
Okay.
This is one of the core of the programs of happiness program.
Yeah, you did mention the happiness program. We'll come back to this
True.
right after you show us a few of the breathing techniques.
True, true.
All right.
Do you want to do it now?
Let's try.
No. So sit easily, and you have to make a fist like this.
All right, I'll put everything
You have
down.
to put your die down. So this is called the instant energizer.
You have to.
You have to make a fist like this,
Yeah.
without punching anybody,
No, please.
right? So it is called instant energizer because nowadays we need everything very instantly. Instant coffee, instant noodle, everything instant. So how to get your share of instant energy is like this. So make a fist like this. Now when you breathe in, you go up, open your fist, open your palms. As you breathe out, again you come down and exhale with a force, not on your shoulders, but on your breath.
Do you inhale by the nose and exhale by
yes.
both by the nose?
Both by the nose.
Okay.
And very simple and gentle. As you breathe in, open your fist. As you breathe out, exhale forcefully, like this. Yeah. You're doing very good. So if you do 20 rounds,
20 of
every day,
these.
20 rounds,
Yeah.
and 3 sets of it,
Yeah.
and then sit with the eyes closed for around 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how much time you have. You can see a lot of difference happening in
This
your life.
is what you were saying, 20 minutes every day. You would sit and probably do these exercises and
Yeah.
close your eyes and meditate.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I could feel when I was doing this, even the 5 times, that I was, when you said breathe out forcefully,
Yes.
you're also breathing out some anger and some stress, and you feel a little bit lighter.
A lot of toxins also come out of us because when you do this position,
Yeah.
so the lobes of the lungs, they get open up.
Okay.
Stretching, some stretching is happening. So when you breathe in the oxygen and when you exhale like this, a lot of carbon dioxide, it goes out. It's like a detox.
Suddenly, I'm very conscious that I'm breathing also.
Yes, absolutely. You know, the breathing is the most important thing, but very neglected as well. You know why? Because breathing is the only thing for which you do not have to do anything.
But let's say I'm very stressed in a corporate meeting, and that would be very weird, wouldn't it?
No, you do not have to do in front of others. It's not like that. You just have to, before you leave your home or any time you get, just sit wherever the place you get and just do it like this. It is like every day, we have the dental hygiene, it is a mental hygiene.
So this is recommended for everyone also?
Absolutely for everyone, be it kids and be it anyone.
You hold a lot of talks for children, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So is that a technique you also show them?
Yes, I show them as well. They find it little funnier in the beginning
Of
because
course,
this is
that
the way
would be
they
very
are.
funny, yeah.
They need any reason to laugh, but you should see them when they do this thing, when they close their eyes, and they are able to close their eyes for as long as 10 minutes. And when they open their eyes, they say, wow.
Even if they are laughing and smiling when they're doing
This
it
is
also,
how they are.
it's a release of energy also.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you cannot tell a kid not to be naughty or mischievous. He has to be like that. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's how all of us should be at some point. I mean,
Absolutely.
up
Don't
to a very
stop
fine
being
line.
naughty. Yeah.
You mentioned at the beginning of the program of the, you followed a program called Happiness.
Yeah.
What is the Happiness program?
It's how to make you happy.
Please give some details.
So broadly I told you, we teach people how to be happy, how to be able to not being stressed. If you feel stress, how to handle it. And we give some practical tools that you can practice in your life every day. As I told you, from 20 minutes to 30 minutes, depending upon how much time you have, and flush out all the toxins, the negative emotions, and whatever you call them, out of your body. And be light, be healthy, be stress-free, be peaceful. This is what we do.
And you reckon that people, any common man would have a better life by practicing 20 sets of these 3 times a day and then close your eye? Okay, I reckon this would take like 7-8 minutes.
This will take around 7 minutes. So as I told you about the breathing technique, Sudarshan Kriya,
Yeah.
that is the main core of it.
So that would take around 7 minutes, and then you close your eyes for around roughly some 10
Roughly
minutes.
around 10 minutes. And then if you wish to meditate like 10 minutes more, so it will around 25 to 30 minutes every
So
day.
you guarantee that would help. That would help everyone every morning if they practice. Or does it have to be
See,
at a specific time of the day?
any time you can do. And this is being practiced by nearly 400 million people across 157 plus countries.
What are the origins of this breathing technique?
So this breathing technique was cognized by the founder of the Art of Living, Shishi Ravi Shankar. So around 37 years back. So when he went into silence for a period of few days, then this technique came to him, and this is how he started spreading it. And we, as I told you, we are able to reach to close to 400 million people till now across 157 plus nations.
No, that's quite amazing in terms of
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
So you've spoken a bit about the happiness program. I'm very curious to know about the artist and musician in you. Is it a something new, or have you always been a musician?
You know, I have learned music when I was in my school. So I did my graduation in Indian classical music when I was in my school, but I could not perform. You know, I was good technically, but being able to face people, you need something else more than just your talent. You have to be at ease with the audience, confidence and all. So I never performed on stage before I did my happiness program with the Art of Living. After that, there are a lot of transformation which happened. Number one, I heard the founder of the organization saying, if you have some skills, this is not for you, it is for others. Like if you cook like tasty food, you cannot eat all of your food. You have to cook for others. If you're a singer, you have to sing for others. So this was, you know, it was very quite revolutionary to me. And this is how I started, you know, singing, picking up songs and all. And this is how I am here.
So would you say there's a psychological factor also attached to what you just said? Whatever talent or skill you have is for other people. Is it also not a way of being more grateful of what you have, but also it's a very humbling experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. It is called service, right? So we normally would think that doing something good for others will bring good to them. It does.
It's the law of karma.
It also brings,
It's the law of karma.
yeah, you can say law of karma as well. But it also brings happiness, some contentment to you inside. Oh, I did something for somebody. I feel at ease, right?
Yeah, you
This
can't
is being
you,
great.
you can't beat the feeling of having brought a smile on somebody's face, especially if it's for a good reason.
Yeah, true.
Wow. Well, we have so much more to talk. We'll have another episode coming up where we'll speak about happiness, and also what is your message going around? Why you keep traveling? You've been around in Africa. You've been around the world.
Yeah.
You've been traveling for quite many years now.
Yeah.
So we'll end this episode for now. We'll let the viewers wait a little bit more for the second episode. But for now, we'll close this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of Encounter. Please tune in next week for another episode with Nitin Dawar.
So I want to sing a Nepali song. It is called Ful ko aakha ma ful hi sansara, which means if you see from the eyes of a flower, the world looks like a flower. If you look from the eyes of a thorn, the world looks like a thorn. फूल को आँखामा फूलै संसारा काडाको आँखामा काडै संसारा फूलको आँखामा फूलै संसारा काडाको आँखामा काडै संसारा झिल्किन्छ है छाया वस्तु अनुसारा काडाको आँखामा काडै संसारा फूलको आँखामा फूलै संसारा काडाको आँखामा काडै संसारा काडाको आँखामा काडै संसार काडाको आँखामा काडै संसार